And so with that out the way, let's go ahead and jump right into the final thing, which is a review for the movie Lockdown, which is currently on HBO Max. And it stars Anne Hathaway as well as Chiwetel Ejiofor. I'm always not sure if I'm saying his name right, but yeah. So it's about a couple who is basically stuck during lockdown, and they're just kind of dealing with having to be stuck with everybody, with each other, since they can't leave their home and they're broken up. So now they have to kind of like tolerate each other, with both of them being on this each spectrum where a person is dictating other people's jobs and the other person has his job dictated by other people. So it's just kind of really about their chemistry. So it's very much conversation and character driven, just like Malcolm and Marie. And it takes the real life situation of COVID-19 and digs into how some people deal with the shutdown, with, like I said, both leads being on the opposite ends of the spectrum as far as the job situation goes. And it's very convenient filmmaking, and it's not saying that in a bad way, in any type of light, with just them taking advantage of the real life kind of limitations that people are dealing with having to do Zoom call-ins with, like, school work and everything else. And that's really where a lot of the other actors that are a part of this movie, that's basically when they make their appearance, is through a Skype or Zoom type video call in, and not actually in person. And that's not with every actor, but majority of the actors, the friends and all that stuff, that's how they make their appearance in the movie, which makes it more convenient for them not to have them on set and everything else. And it really, in this movie, doesn't seem out of place, because as of right now, temporarily, it's became the temporary norm for us to have that, especially a lot of people who have to work from home and have their kids in school and have to do homeschooling and everything else. It really doesn't seem out of place with everything that's going on. The chemistry and interactions between both of the leads is really good, as they have a love-hate relationship going on. And it's just, they're stuck in this house with each other, so they have to literally try not to get into it, rip each other's head off and everything else. And as the movie develops, you start to find out more about their relationship, why they broke up and everything else. And I really did like that. The emotion from both characters are on point. And honestly, one of the biggest aspects about this movie, I ain't gonna say the biggest, but it is significant, is toward the end, the diamond stealing aspect of the movie is a less interesting part of the film, but it's not completely a throwaway. It does have some redeeming elements to it when it gets to that point, and it has some palm sweaty type moments where it's like, are they gonna get away with it, this and that and everything else. But honestly, it is forgettable as compared to the rest of the film, and it seems to be like it was shoehorned in to an otherwise engaging film that's character and not MacGuffin driven. If you don't know what a MacGuffin is, it's just a thing that the main characters have to have in order to push the plot forward. And it was like they were doing good all the way up to that point. Like, they really didn't need the diamond stealing aspect of the film. They could have just kept it as way it was, just two people trying to get along during the shutdown for as long as they're stuck with each other, and just going through just their mental spaces. But overall, it has dope acting, a great premise. It has good emotional parts. The chemistry is there with the leads. But like I said, the diamond part could have been taken out, because it really doesn't make the film better, more interesting. It kind of gets in the way of the story, I felt. But other than that, it is an enjoyable movie. It's very entertaining and worth checking out, especially if you have HBO Max. Go ahead, definitely check it out.